I'm Chad Morris, offensive coordinator at Clemson University. We're going to show you our 2012 quarterback drill tape. All right, as we get going, the very first thing that we'll do is our warm-up drill. A lot of people do different warm-ups. This is pretty much the warm-up we'll do every day. Usually start 10 yards apart. Like to get our toes on the line, slight stagger. So we'd like to take our left foot and drop it just about 6 inches on our instep. And all we want to work on at this point is just kind of pivoting at the hips, getting a nice easy toss over the top. Again, holding. The number one thing that we like to do right here is we like to take our lead shoulder, and you'll hear me talk about that through the course of this drill tape, is our lead shoulder. So if you're a right-handed quarterback, it'll be your left shoulder. We'd like to take our lead shoulder and make sure that shoulder is pointing at our target before we make any throw. So it gets good hip movement, good pivot at the hip, just a nice easy motion. We'll also back up a few yards. So as we expand this drill, we may back up to 15 yards. But there is no competition in this. This is more of just trying to get a high release, get up on our toes, and good hip movement. You can see over there, Taj is actually throwing, and after he throws, he's trying to get a stretch. So he'll go from his left leg to his right leg on his stretch. And all he's doing is working a follow-through right there. Again, we're just trying to get our back loose, our hips loose, as well as with our arm. This is just a traditional warm-up. We then move into what we call our arm stretch drill. Arm stretch drill is another drill that we do every day. We'll build in competition with this. What we ask is our quarterbacks to reach their arm back as far as they can with a great stretch on the inside of that arm and the bicep area. And we ask our quarterbacks to look at we want them to look at the ball. We really want them to put a strain on that arm as far as reaching back. It reaches back as far as you can to the point to where your left shoulder is pointing to your target. And then on my command, a lot of things we do in our warm-ups, in my command, we will make it competition. Now, it all turns in at this point, how quick can we get the ball out of our hands? So you'll see us refer to competition in our warm-ups, and we actually keep chart of it and keep score of it. This is a great look right here. They're looking back, and all we want to do is bring the ball over the top, get our eyes fixed on the target, and get the ball to them as quickly as possible. We want a high release. Bring the ball over the top. Get up on your toes. Slight stagger in your footwork. Reaching back. It'll be a set go. And at that point, you can see who's getting the ball out the quickest. That's what we're after. Okay. You see Taj, they want to get them up on their toes as they throw. Then we'll do the same drill and keep our eyes on the target. We will not look at the ball. Stretch the arm back with your eyes on your target. And again, getting the ball up and getting it out. You can see them get up on their toes. Again, looking at their target. Continuing on with our warm-up, we call it our warm-up competition. This is a drill that will offset our feet. We'll stagger our feet as much, really similar to a throwing motion. You can see right here, Donnie, number 14, has dropped his right foot to his instep of his left foot. We want the lead left shoulder pointing to our target. Pivot at the hips, get big. You can see they're doing a good job right there. You can see the stagger in the footwork right here to where they are here and there. That's exactly what you're wanting right there. He's too much straight across. We need a stagger in his footwork. Okay, lead shoulder pointing to the target. What we want out of this now, if your lead shoulder or your left shoulder is pointing to your target, we want that ball what we call cocked and loaded. Cocked and loaded means a ball that's over your right nipple if you're right-handed, with a torque in your hips, with your eyes on your target, ready to get rid of the football. We should not have to bring the ball up or bring the ball down to throw the ball. Again, this is competition. How quick can we get the ball out of your hands? It's on my command. Who has got the quickest release? That's what it's all about. Again, they're all going on the coach's command. This will be our command. Get rid of the ball. Set, go is our command. Okay, or slight stagger. I'm waiting on our command. We'll give them a little bit to kind of get an idea, and then I'll usually walk down there, as you can see, and we'll actually declare winners. And cocked and loaded is the key. You want that ball. You should not have to bring the ball back. The ball should come straight up and out. Put the torque on the hips. Get big on your toes. And get the ball over the top. You can see they do a good job right here. Who's getting the ball out the quickest? It's what we call warm-up competition. Set, go will be the command. And the ball comes out. Okay? We move from there into our hash drop. This is a drill, again, that we do every day as well. We'll take and put our quarterback's toes on the white line. They'll straddle the yard line. So we want the yard line for them to straddle the yard line. This is a drop drill where we work on the first step of a three-step drop. The reason why we got this line, we asked them to straddle the line, is because it'll give them a gauge. It'll give them a vantage point as they continue their drop, not to get too far off center. That's one thing that you'll hear us talk a lot about. So we'll drop to the hash mark. The first step of a three-step drop is a big one. And so that's all we do. We over-exaggerate this drop. We allow our quarterbacks to move the ball from armpit to armpit with their eyes down the field. On my command, whether I raise a hand or whether I say go, they'll put their foot in the ground and they'll get their throw in. Now, the one thing we ask on all our throws, and you'll see as we continue our drill work, is we want our guys to finish on balance. A quarterback should finish on balance. So when I mean finish on balance, his belt buckle should be 6 inches to the left of his actual target. So if with this being Taj, and you figure that's his belt buckle right there, his belt buckle should be 6 inches on balance, 6 inches to the left of his target. Okay, your momentum will put it right on it. I promise the ball will be sitting right on it. You can see here, we're off balance. We've got balance here. He's off balance. His belt buckle is pointing more at his target or to the right of his target. That's not what we want. We want all our quarterbacks to finish on balance. Set, go, that's the command. Eyes down the field. Now you can see Donnie right here, number 14, does not finish on balance. That's not what you're after. His belt buckle is pointing way to the left of me. You can see Tony, as he takes his drop, not bad there. All right, but again, the first step of a three-step drop is depth, and that's what we're after right there. Okay. Again, same way with Morgan. Morgan's not finishing on balance. He's trying to throw the ball too hard. This isn't about how hard you can throw the ball. It's about working our footwork and getting into our drops. All right. We'll line them up. We'll do it again. Each quarterback usually does two drills, 2 drops. All right. This is basically a 3-step process right here. This is what we call our hash drop with a first step drop. Okay, you can see Taj, that's not finishing on balance. That's finishing off. We don't want that. We want a great follow-through, finishing on balance. Now, Cole does a much better job right here of finishing on balance. Again, the ball can move armpit to armpit, and their eyes got to stay down the field. Okay? Then we move on to what we call our quick feet drop. All right? Again, this is part of our drill work that'll be done every day. This is the second step of a 3-step drop, or it's your 4th step of a 5-step drop. It's the short choppy. It's to gather yourself, to kind of come into balance. And all we want to do is we want to buzz our feet, constant movement, eyes down the field. We usually don't ask our quarterbacks to go very far on this one, usually to the bottom of the numbers. But and what we want is when on my command, we would transfer our weight from the back hip to the front hip. And that's the big coaching point here, is be able to transfer your weight back hip to front hip. And each quarterback they'll do 2 of those as well. Okay. You can see now we go into what we call our hash gathers. Carrying on the same thing. It's the third and final phase of our hash drills. It is what we call our hash drop gathers. And what we'll do is I will give the quarterbacks a command. The command will be, we're going to take our 3-step drop and we're going to gather 2. And so we really ask our quarterbacks to really push for a great 3-step, pushing for depth. They're actually using their big drop that's short, choppy, and they're going to gather in the pocket for 2 steps. And then I'll say, okay, now we're going to push and gather for 2 or gather for 1. So and then it'll be on my command. So for example, the way this drill could work, it would be, all right, we're going to go gather 2, gather 1, gather 2, and throw. Now, this is something that you're going to be careful. You really don't want to work this too much through the course of the week, maybe 1 day a week, because it really taxes their legs. You can carry this drill all the way to the hash or even the far hash, but you want their eyes up. The ball movement is armpit to armpit, and being able to throw the football and finish on balance is the key. Okay. A drill that we work 1 day a week, usually we work this drill on Mondays. Mondays is a big day for us during the season. It is a recovery day, kind of cleaning up a lot of things, but it's really a great chance for me to do a lot of footwork drills. We start off with our ladder drills. After we kind of get good and loose, we'll start off with ladder drills, and there's different things that we'll do in the ladder. In this case here, we call this 1 foot. Okay, cocked and loaded. We want the lead shoulder pointing to the target. You can see Tony, number 12 right there. That's not what we want. Morgan, number 16, is a little bit better. We want the ball cocked and loaded over the right nipple with eyes down the field. They're going 1 foot in the ladder. And nice soft toss, finishing on balance. Here's Taj working 1 foot. Like to have him have it the upper body more torqued into a cocked and loaded stance. Cole is totally wrong. We don't want to run with our shoulders parallel to our target. We want that lead shoulder pointing at our target. Donnie does a decent job here, but again, there's so many different ladder footwork drills that you can do and incorporate into your drill scheme, but you can't do them every day. You know, it puts a lot of tax on their legs, and that's something you got to be careful of. Now, when we do incorporate the ladders, we'll do some side-to-side work. We call this 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and we'll do it forwards, and we'll actually do it backwards. And what we're trying to get is just a confidence with their feet. We're trying to get their eyes up and down the field, and just letting them feel where they're at in correlation to the drill and with the ladders. Now, for some young kids, it really is and can make them be a mistake or be a mess. You can see some of our guys there will kick the ladders. It's no big deal. It's not about speed. It's about being confident with your feet and being able to move your feet in many different directions and many different change of directions, I should say, that you're going to have through the course of a game. And again, we ask our quarterbacks always to throw a ball when you finish a drill. It's a great job right here with Taj. He's working 1 foot in, 1 foot out, constant movement. That's okay. Let's keep going. Eyes up. You can watch Taj. He'll put his foot in the ground, turn and throw. All right. Again, same thing. We'll do our 1 foot. Nice, easy toss. Really want the shoulder torque now. That's the one thing we got to really stress. Morgan does a good job right here of it. See him coming back. Now they'll go 2 feet in each square. All right, Taj does a really good job right here. Really got the ball cocked and loaded. That's what you're after right there. More hip torque with Cole. Tony, same thing. Need the lead shoulder pointing. Same thing with these other guys. Morgan does a decent job right here. There it is, 2 feet in again, coming back with it, same thing. Again, there's different things. We can do a hopscotch drill where we go 2 feet in, 2 feet out, one-legged hops, and you'll see that in just a little bit. Again, keeping your eyes down the field, that's the key. Ball in cocked and ready position with your eyes down the field. All right. Now here's the same drill that we did backwards a little earlier. This is 1 foot in, 1 foot out. The guys really like this drill. They really think they get a lot of confidence with this. They show off their footwork. This is something they take a lot of great pride in right here. 1 foot in, 1 foot out. So you can see a lot of our ladder drills right there. Again, we do that 1 day a week. It puts a lot of tax on their legs you got to be real careful of. Ball security is a drill that we work every day. It's a drill that we'll spend 5 minutes with our quarterbacks as we do all our positions, but this is a 5-minute drill with our quarterbacks to where all our other quarterbacks will bring our managers in, and really what we're after here, again, straddling the line, we want a good drop, a good 3-step drop or continue to drop much like a hash drop, and you're going to have managers and other quarterbacks, and all we want on it is just to pop the ball. We're not asking to kill them, and we'll work it up and back. You can see us again right here, and we'll bring him back. We'll want a little bit more sense of urgency with him, good bend in the knees, have some urgency about yourself, good drop, and that's all you're after. Again, eyes down the field, that's all you want, and then you just switch them up, next quarterback comes in. And that's a drill that we try to do constantly. At least we develop strong hands and a firmness about yourself in the pocket. A figure 8 drill is, again, a drill that we'll work. We usually try to work figure 8 on a Tuesday. It's a great movement drill. There's actually 3 drills built into one, so you can move your quarterbacks in 3 different directions. As you can see the cones. We've got 3 cones set here, here, and here, right there. And then we got 3 more sitting there, there, and there. And we got a cone here and another cone right here that you can't see. It looks like a diamond. And we'll do figure 8. So we'll either send the quarterback in many different directions. We can send him forwards, backwards, to his front side, to his back side. You can see. But the first thing you do is you start off with him buzzing their feet. Quarterback's constantly buzzing his feet. Then he'll make his first movement. Here I send him backwards. And when any quarterback that we have that we want them movement, any movement in the pocket, we always want them to work with their back foot first in their movement process. Because he sticks his back foot in the ground now and needs to get a ball out over here to his hard left, to a back on a check down. He can open his hips out at this point, as opposed if he's stepping with his front foot. So that's why we like to do a lot of back foot work. You can see then we just, at that point, we work a figure 8, constantly working through it. So as you do that with young kids, now you bring him back in. He's chopping his feet when he gets back to the middle. Now you push him backwards. All right, he goes backwards. Now he works this way. So there's 3 different ways the quarterbacks can work. And again, puts a lot of tax on their legs. There's a lot of movement going on right here. And it's a lot of strain on their legs. So you got to be real careful doing this drill too many times. But it's a great drill, and it gives them a good idea of keeping the movement in the pocket and keeping their eyes up and down the field. You can watch him here doing a good job, back foot, as he works through this thing, eyes up, down the field, ready to throw the football. We don't want to get too tight a base. We want our base to be a little wide, much like when you throw the football. Donnie does a good job right here. Again, working his figure 8. You know, this is early in the year. We'll work all 3 of them. As the year progresses, we only may do 2 of them or even 1 of them. I may just send them on and they don't know which direction I'm going to send them. But, you know, so as the season goes, we may back off on this drill just a little bit. It's a great drill for buzzing your feet. Good footwork. Okay. Then we'll do a quick feet competition. This is something that has been good to us. You can watch us right here. Again, part of our quick throw drill. But what we'll do is we're going to buzz our feet, much like a short choppy or a karaoke. You'll see us do a karaoke off of it. And then again, same thing, cocked and loaded. And on my command, ball's out. Now, who's got the quickest release? And who can get the ball out the quickest? That's what you're after right here. So, again, you incorporate your other drills into some competition. Again, you gotta be able to make competition. It'll make it fun. It'll really change it up for them. And it's something that I can promise you that they'll enjoy and at least be able to have fun with. Again, cocked and loaded, the ball out. Taj does a good job right here on my command getting the ball out. This is called quick feet competition. All right, same drill, but now we're going to incorporate karaoke into it. And you can see it from an end zone angle. Same thing. Get cocked and loaded. Quick feet. How quick can my feet move? Eyes up, quick feet, the ball out. Again, are we finishing on balance? That's the whole key. Are you finishing on balance? Is your belt buckle 6 inches off of your reed key? It's a pretty good job. All three of these guys right here. Donnie, number 14, could finish a little bit more on balance. He's off balance there. Taj is doing a good job. Cole is doing a good job. Got a good follow through. Looks like he's going to be on balance as well. Now, when you finish right there, is your belt buckle off 6 inches off your target? These guys look like they are. Donnie's a little bit off. Okay, when you finish, where did you finish? Okay, look where Cole finishes. Middle guy. Cole is not on balance. Donnie's way off balance. Taj is much better. Okay, now walking forward. Again, part of our drill work. Again, trying to work on quick releases and finishing on balance. This is a drill we'll start off much like our warm-up competition drill. We'll start off with these guys in a warm-up position, toes straddling or a slight offset. On my command, I'll ask them to walk toward their target, and then I'll say go, and I want the ball out. Again, I want the ball cocked and loaded. And what again, what you're trying to accomplish is you're trying to get the ball out of their hands as quickly as possible. Okay? Easy way competition. Again, competition drill. This is an easy way. We'll ask our quarterbacks to have their back to their target. They will actually walk away from their target, or I'm sorry, they're actually going to slight off stagger. And then the easy way for a right-handed quarterback to quickly get the ball out is to pivot to his left and throw the ball. That's what we call easy way. You don't want to hop. That's not what we're after. We don't want to hop. We want to step. We want to find our target, and we want to be able to have the ball out. Again, competition, who can get the ball out the quickest. It's called easy way competition. Be careful hopping into the drill. You want to get a good step. You can see Morgan, number 15, is up too tall. Tony, number 12, again, he's too tall. No stagger in his footwork. Taj has a little bit of a stagger. We'd really like for him to offset. Really like the way that Taj is torquing his hips. He's bent over at the hips too much. Like for him to be upright more. And Cole is doing a good job right there. Again, it's how quick can we get the ball out. Okay. And we'll come in and do what we'll call walk away, easy way. Same drill, except for on command, now they're going to walk away from their target and have to put their foot in the ground to change direction and change their weight. You want the weight coming from their back foot to their front foot. Again, it's all about competition. Get the ball out of your hands as quickly as possible. Finish on balance. Now look at these guys. Let's see if they finished on balance. No, Taj didn't finish on balance. Okay, that's not a good job right there. We want them to finish 6 inches off their target. Okay, here it is from this angle. It's called walk away, easy way. Set, go. Good. Now look at how they finish. Look how they finish. All right. Again, it's a competition drill. We are keeping score. Set, go. Get the ball out. It's a good job right there. Much better by all 3 of those guys. You don't want to hop into it. Okay. All right. Now, as we continue on, this is this same drill, except for now, instead of walk away, we're picking our pace up. This is more of a trot, and it's more of a rapid fire. We'll actually throw the ball to these quarterbacks. We'll give them 3 balls, and they can throw, working away from their target each time. Again, same thing, buzzing your feet, finish on target. Is your lead shoulder pointing at your target? You've got to find the target and then finish on balance. Okay, so there's 3 progressions right there. Here it is again. This is walk away, and then you can pick up your pace off of it. Okay, hard way. It's the same concept, same idea, but now it's the quarterback, a right-handed quarterback, pivoting to his right. Okay? Again, slide off stagger. You do not want to hop into this thing. Okay? You want to step into it. Get your eyes, get your weight around. You've got a good torque in your shoulders. Okay? Tony, number 12, he's not loaded up enough. Taj is not loaded up enough. They're anticipating the drill. We really want to load up the shoulders, load up the hips. That's not bad right there. Now, you can see Taj right here hops around. You don't want to hop. You want to step. I do it in slow motion here. You want to step around. It's not a hop. And get the ball out. All right. That's much better. That's the way it should be. You can see Taj right there. He actually steps around, puts his weight down, and has to transfer his weight and finish on balance. That's a good job right there. Find your target, get the ball out. Okay, we have walk away, hard way. Same concept, except for now these guys are going to walk away from their target. There you go. Some of them will try to anticipate the throw. Here it is again from this angle. It's a really good job. It's a great angle to look at it from and getting the ball out. It's a nice job. Taj does a nice job not hopping around. So does Cole. You want to step around. Finish on balance is the key. Here it is again. Cocked and loaded. You'd like to have more torque in Taj, number 10. And then here it is, picking up your pace. So now you got 3 different drills that you could work off of it. Okay. Again, finishing on balance is the key and not hopping around. You can see Taj right there is not really he's not getting his weight around. He's not getting his footwork around. You've got to really push to get that thing around there. Bag drops. We'll go into a series of bag drops that we'll do once a week as well. Again, these are all drills that we'll mix up, change a variety of our drills up through the course of the week. This is a drill we call bag drops. All right, we'll start them out at the top. We'll start them out on a 3-step drop. At the top of the drop, they'll buzz their feet. Okay, and what we're looking for is a good base, good wide base. Again, you can see how they're moving the back foot first. All right, you can watch his back foot moving first. Eyes up. He's in a throwing stance. He's ready to go. The ball can come out at any time. You see Cole here, buzz his feet, said go. I move him. Again, good movement in the pocket. Nice, easy throw. Again, if you're going to ask a quarterback to do some work, let him just throw. Let him get a nice soft throw at the end. Okay, you can see this guy, the third quarterback right here, he's really not dropping as much with that left foot, especially right there. Okay, really want a good drop. Get your eyes down the field. And when you come out of this last one, the last bag, as soon as you stick your back foot in the ground, we ask the quarterback to put his front foot in the ground and get the ball out. We want to swing our hips around, and the ball needs to come out as quickly as possible. We'll do that drill from the back. Then we'll ask them, and then they'll let them do the same thing. And now what we'll do on that is we will actually let them come through it, on, looking at the bags, working into it. And so you got a backwards going through it and then a forwards going through it. Continuing on with our bag drops. We call it a wide base drop. Our wide base drop is the actual throwing base that a quarterback needs to have. A good base, you don't want to be bent over at the hips. And so what we'll do is we'll ask our quarterbacks to pivot at 45 degrees. When they get to the top, pivot with a wide base. We want to pick them up and put them down. We're not asking to step on our toes. That's not what we're after right here. He's doing too much stepping in there. He's trying to step on his toes, you can see. That's all we're after. Is just reach and grab with your feet. Okay? That's all we want. You see Taj do it. You saw me doing it. Reach and grab. Reach and grab. And these guys don't get patient enough, see? Reach and grab. That's all you want. That's the actual base that you're going to be throwing as a quarterback. All right? Nice, easy. Okay? You can work several different ways. You can line bags up. You can work off of a yard line and do zigzags down a yard line at 45 degrees. Those are different things that you can do. You can watch Taj right here. He's doing a good job. He'll pivot at 45 degrees and just keeps it going. All right. All right. Now that was our bag drops. Now we go into bag weave. A bag weave is we can align the bags. You're going to see two different bag weaves right here. You're going to see where we offset these bags. Okay, we take a three-step drop. We get our eyes up, buzzing down the field. We'll move into it. I'll ask them to step over and then shuffle around it. Okay, you'll see Taj come back. And you mix it up. So we took a three-step drop. We always do that at the start of every drill. Take your drop, buzz your feet, get into the pocket, step over. Again, leading with your right back foot. Buzz around, step and throw. So we call our bag weave. All right, same thing. You see Cole. Again, eyes up, moving down the field. Comes Donnie. And this is another drill. Whenever we work our bags, whatever day of the week it is, that's exactly what we'll be doing. We'll do this drill and we'll carry it on. The next bag weave that we have is we will lay the bags out at an angle. And you can see how we have them kind of nose to nose almost. We'll try to put a yard difference or yard in between each bag. Take a drop, hold it, and at that point, I'll send them. And what you're after is you want a quarterback to serpentine himself through the bags as he continues to work. Eyes down the field, in throwing position, torqued at the hip, ready to get rid of the football. That's what you're after. Good drop, get into the pocket, set, go. Constant movement, eyes down the field. You're not wanting to snow ski. It's not how fast I can hop in and out. I want to run, moving the hips with my eyes down the field. Nice, easy toss at the end. Comes back in the pocket. Again, you can reverse them out, you can open them out, just at your discretion. Quick feet, quick feet, quick feet. That's the whole key to this thing. What we call our bag weave. With our bags continuing here, our drill work with our bags, we have what we call a bag step over. All right. Now there's two different things that we're going to do in bag step over. We're going to do a finish on balance, and I'm not talking about how we follow through finish. This is going to be on my command. I'll either ask them to be off balance on a throw, what we refer to as an unorthodox throw, or I'll ask them to be finish where their feet are up underneath them, what we call a balanced throw. And you ask them to step over. Again, the ball's got to be cocked and loaded over the right nipple and finish. This is an off-balance throw, so it's on my command, get rid of the ball. All right, wherever that foot sticks in the ground, I want the ball out. And how many times do you throw a spot screen, a bubble screen, that your feet are really not set? You got to get the ball out. There's another way. Again, this is just ways for them to get rid of the football. Stepping. Now they have to finish on balance. It's a great way to look at it right here. Okay, that's an off-balance throw. Let me go back to your balance throw. Here's a balance throw. Now they got to be able to put both feet in the ground and get rid of the ball. Okay, here it is from an end zone. This is an off-balance throw. Again, the ball's got to come out. Quick feet. Both feet got to clear. Then they got to finish on balance. So you saw an off-balance, and now you saw an on-balance throw. Quick feet, quick feet, quick feet. Balance. All right, here it is again. Same thing. We'll put the bags up, and this is a drill. Again, back to your bags. It's a drill you can't do. You can't do them every day. You got to mix them up. You may need to do part of them one day, one week, the next part the next week. But you need to mix those up. This is one-legged hops. Again, it goes along with the same thing we were doing with our bags. You can't do this drill every day. It'll wear their legs out. So it's exactly what it is. It's a one-legged hop, much like your ladders. And all we're going to do is hop 5 yards on the right leg and force a quarterback to throw off balance. That's what we're after there. It's just ways we can build our leg strength up, our arm strength. This way we get rid of the ball and have a balance about ourselves as a quarterback. There's a lot of times as a quarterback that nothing's ever perfect. You're going to be able to get rid of the football. And while we're working our lines, the same day we work our line hops, we'll work our line step overs. Again, if you don't have a ladder, this is a great way to do it. So we may be short on time or need to put another drill in that day, and I didn't want to get the ladders out, but this is a great way to really buzz your feet and keep. You can see Taj right there buzzing his feet. Ball's in good position. Don't want to bend over too much. Constant movement with those feet, and then turning and throwing the ball. Nice soft target. You got your lead shoulder pointing to your target, eyes down the field. We'll call line step overs. Okay? Now here's a line, again, same thing, line step overs, much less like your ladder drills, but it's quicker. You're only going 5 yards, you're quick movement with your feet and just getting the ball out. Okay? 3-step rhythm and a 3-step gather throw. You can mix both of these into this drill. This is a drill. You got 5 quarterbacks. You can see all 5 of them. You got 3 of them. You can see all 3 of them. They're getting plenty of reps in this drill. We'll line this up much like we do a hash drop drill. We'll put their toes on the white line. All right. We want them to straddle the line they're on because we want them to see it. We want them to see and feel their drop. We call it a 3-step gather throw or a 3-step rhythm throw to your right. So we ask them to picture an imaginary target to their right, and they're going to throw a 3-step rhythm throw. We want them to finish on balance as they follow through on balance, okay, and really simulate a good throw. I mean, these guys here, this is the first time they did the drill. We really want them to simulate the throw and the follow-through. You can see our quarterback to the far left, Tony, number 12. He's actually doing a really good job of it. Finish on the throw. Now, when you finish, make sure you're on balance, and we'll ask them to check balance. check your belt buckle. Okay, so we'll call them back up and let them do it again. Here it is. This is the way it should look. They finish. Go ahead and simulate it. And you can do 3 drops each way. It's a great way to do it when you don't have receivers and you really need to work your drops. You can really dissect your drops at this point. Okay? Finish on balance. Where are you finishing at? Taj is finishing off balance. You can see him. His belt buckle's way past his reed key. Really work your follow through. A lot of quarterbacks want to get in a big old hurry. It's not. Work your drops. Okay. Now working the simulator. This is probably one of the most impressive drills of all of them that we do because it really dissects the whole quarterback. All right. This is something you can do. We put what we call a simulator up. We'll put 2 bags, bring 2 quarterbacks in, and we really want to really dissect and see the movement of their feet and how quick the ball comes out of their hand. And it's a great way. One quarterback may be throwing the ball, or the ball may be out of his hands a lot quicker, and what you find out is all about their footwork. So I'm going to go through this, and we're going to dissect each quarterback as we do it. All right, you can see right here, Taj gets the ball out. Cole, both of them get the ball out, good on time. So now we're working a 3-step drop. So the first step in a 3-step drop is a hash drop. You saw the drill that we did earlier. So it's a big reach step. Okay? So let's look at it and see whose foot gets in the ground the quickest. All right? You can see Taj is really overstriding right here, where Cole may not be quite as overstriding as much. He's not reaching for as much depth. But the foot that gets in the ground the quickest, they're pretty much there at the same time. So now it becomes the second step. Everything is the same in both of these quarterbacks. Okay, eyes are down the field. He's upright. They got good base about themselves. Now Taj has got to bring his second foot in. Okay, and neither one of them has touched the ground at this time. And here's where you make up the difference, right there. All right, the foot is in the ground. The second foot has now hit the ground. Now, how quick can I get the third foot down and get the ball out of my hands? And as you can see right here, look how much quicker that Taj gets the third foot down than Cole. So it's all about getting that back foot in the ground, which is there now. And now you throw with your feet before you do your eyes. That's all quarterbacks as the ball comes out. And that's why the ball comes out of Taj's hands quicker than Cole. It had nothing to do with arm strength. It had everything to do with his footwork, and more importantly, the last step of his footwork, of his drop. Here it is again. Let's check it out again. Okay, first step's in the ground. Taj has got his second foot in a little quicker. His drive foot, not too deep, not too wide. Okay, good base. There's that base drill again right there. There's your base as a quarterback. That's that drill that we worked a little earlier as we worked in and out of the bags. Okay, that's the wide base that each quarterback's going to have. All right, and now the ball comes out of his hand, and you can see everything now at this point is frozen. I mean, you can see the drive. He's pushed off from his right foot. All his momentum has now worked up his body and coming out his arm at this point, where Cole still has yet to get his front foot in the ground and get any momentum pushing out. Now here it comes. So you can see at this point, they both started the same. Now the ball is that much quicker out of his hands. It's a great drill if you got 2 young quarterbacks or an older quarterback and a younger guy and you want to put them in there so they can see each other. It's a great way to do it. A 4-bag hand shield. This is a great drill that you work, and we try to do this drill 2 days a week. This is a drill that we will do when we're putting pressure on our quarterbacks. We want them to sense and feel the pressure. So what we'll do, I'll stand behind them. I got 4 other quarterbacks. You can have 4 managers. And what you'll do is you'll give the guys a high shoulder rush sign. All right, you can see me right here. I'm doing a high shoulder rush from the outside guys, and then I'll point the outside guys. I'll put my fingers to the sky. That tells them they're working the quarterback's high shoulder or the deepest shoulder. And then I'll tell the inside guys we're going to work a low shoulder rush. And you can mix up any combination of these guys you want. If you give a low shoulder rush, you ask those guys, if you get a low shoulder rush, you want to come in 3 steps and stop and get down, because you don't want your quarterback to hang a hand in a helmet. The other guys, the high shoulder guys, you really want them to really push hard and push tight, and it's okay to give them a little pop at the top, but we really want to work that quarterback feeling pressure, and since he senses a high shoulder rush, he's got to drop his back shoulder, and he's to tuck his elbow in close to his body, which drops the plane of his shoulder. You can see right here, Taj does a decent job. He's too wide a base, but because that shoulder, that elbow comes in tight, the plane of his shoulder drops. So if you got a defensive end that's trying to reach and grab for cloth, the plane of the shoulder is now dropped, and being able to maybe give yourself a little bit more time to get the ball out. There he goes. He tucks the ball in, keeping 2 hands on the ball at all time, tuck the elbow in, drops the plane of the shoulder down. And you can mix them up however you want to do it. You can push them out of the pockets, what we're doing here. He feels a back shoulder rush, but his front side is open. So again, he can move and reset himself and throw the ball down the field. Again, same thing. So we call a 4-bag drop. All right, you want these guys to really let them get into a 3-step drop before they begin their rush. Okay. Next, we do a check and reset. All right, our check and reset drill is really designed to keep the quarterback's eyes down the field. And what I've got is I've got about 4 guys or 4 coaches or 4 managers down the field, and they're all spaced out. I may have one at the bottom of the numbers, at the hash, the middle of the field, and at the far hash. And what we ask our quarterback to do is constantly keep his feet moving and his eyes moving. And what we want on this is we want him to check and reset every target. Okay? We don't want him to scan all the way through like a typewriter. Taj is going a little bit fast. We want him to go to his check a target, keep buzzing his feet, check his target, because his feet should be moving to the other target, and with his eyes, all with keeping his lead shoulder down the field. Then we'll come in. You want to go back here. I want to show you this. Go back to the start of this drill. You can see moving, constant movement. Okay, we want him to pivot, or we want him to hesitate at each target. Eyes down the field. Eyes keep moving, and then when I point to the target will throw his hands up. Okay? You can point right now. It's what we call a now throw. All right, it simulates a linebacker blitzing and gives us a chance to stick our back foot in the ground and get the ball out. What we try to do is get a quarterback to do this, and we'll do it 3 times, and then we'll rotate quarterbacks. You can see Cole right here, constant movement, check and reset each target. You throw with your feet before you do your eyes, or before you do your arm. Your feet and your eyes before your arm. That's all great quarterbacks. Constantly moving your feet. There he goes. Check and reset. Check and reset. There it is. Nice. Okay. Hitch, throw, or go. You know, you ask each quarterback, to have a timer in their head that they're going to simulate how long they need to hold the ball before they pull it down and run it, or how long they need to hold the ball before they throw it away. And this is what we call a hitch, throw, or go. This is a drill we try to do 2 days a week. We got another manager back about 10 yards down the field. We'll simulate it, so we'll give the snap count. And at that point, I'm either going to point. If I point, that means he's going to throw his hands up. If he throws his hands up, then we're going to get a hitch, and throw it. Just like that. Watching Taj finishing on balance. Does a really good job right there. Look how he finishes on balance. All right, again, I'm standing behind him. I can move my target around. Takes his drop. Okay, now he doesn't throw his hands up. He's getting to a hitch. Hands don't come up. So now it's time to go. So it's hitch, throw or go. That's the timer in his head. All right, now on his go, when he decides to take off, he needs to understand. Now, I gave him a sign right there. Throw his hands up. The quarterback understands that all trouble comes from behind him. All right. So anything we give our quarterbacks, they get the cut. They give one cut. They can cut the inside shoulder of the nearest defender. All right. When they take off and run, that's all they get. They don't get multiple cuts. They get one inside shoulder of the nearest defender. Prior to that, they know that all traffic, all problems will come from behind them. So when we're talking about this, as this drill goes, hey, Tony, remember, where's the trouble coming? It's coming from behind us, Coach. Okay, so they're really working on keeping that elbow to the ground and that arm up, high and tight on the tuck. Here it is. Hitch, throw or go. Okay, now, we want to carry that ball all the way through their target. Okay, we don't want to pull it down. We don't get 5 yards past down the field before we do that, before we give it up. Escape drill. Our escape drill, we'll work an escape off a high shoulder rush and a low shoulder rush. You heard us talk about that earlier. This is a drill that works hand in hand with our 4-bag rush drill. And I'll usually take, and we usually won't do the 4-bag drill when we do the escape drill. I'll get the broom out, and we'll work this drill from more of an underneath center type of drill that we'll work. And I take a broom, we'll work on play fakes, different things you can do with this. But what I'll do is I'll take and I'll simulate a rush. The broom does a couple different things. Well, first of all, you want to get a lightweight broom. That way you can move as a coach with it. Hey, you're going to push him, and whether you push him from a high shoulder or where you push him from a low shoulder to where he's got to get out of trouble. But he's able to feel it. Again, the broom, you can keep the broom down and bring it up at the last minute. You can really get him to push away, to work from that broom. Right there you can see as a high shoulder rush, he should be tucking that back elbow in, getting up in the pocket, and we want to release and continue to throw on the run on this drill. You can mix this drill up. You can throw on the run. You can ask your quarterbacks to reset. Here we're working a great play fake. Here it is, a high shoulder rush coming, tucks the elbow in, stay on the move. And different things you can do with it. This is looking at him. Here it is. This is really pushing him, kind of giving him an indecision right here. He doesn't know if he's high shoulder, he doesn't know if he's low shoulder, but what he does know, he's got trouble coming right at him. Maybe a defensive end slipped off a tackle. It's coming right at him, and we're asking Taj to, he's got to escape the best way he can. Really push and run. I'd like to see him run before he opens out, really kind of getting into a back pedal run, trying to get the ball throwing off balance. Now they're going to reset. So you saw us throw on the run. Now you're seeing us throw as we set and get ready. Reset yourself and get rid of the ball. Again, this drill can be worked from the gun, can be worked from underneath center. There's many different things that you can do. Now we'll work our fade drops. Our fade drops, we'll work those every day, and we'll try to work our fade drops from the throwing to our right, and our fade drops throwing to our left. Now one thing we ask our quarterbacks is when you're throwing a fade to one of our receivers, if your feet are beyond 15 yards, you've got to buzz your feet. You've got to give that receiver time to get to the back corner of the end zone. Our aiming point is the back 2 yards of the end zone. And we'll put a big drop net right there. But again, he's got to reset his feet. We throw with our toes and our eyes. So we'll ask our quarterback to reset, give a quick buzz, turn toe, which means toes are pointing to your target, and give us some lift, give us some arch in the ball, and drop the ball in the back 2 yards of the end zone. Give them a chance. Hey, we just try to punish our quarterbacks. We'll make them do up downs if they throw a ball out of bounds. I mean, give our guy a chance. The next thing you don't want to do is throw a fade ball short. All right, if you throw a fade ball short, that's an interception. All right, buzz your feet if they're beyond 15 yards. If you're beyond 15 yards and get the ball out, we'll ask our quarterbacks to throw 3 or 4 of these at a time, getting some good arch in it. Again, don't underthrow a fade ball. Today, this day, the wind was blowing pretty hard, so they had to gauge the wind. Then we'll move it over. We'll move it over and throw same side fades. Now look at Taj. He's within 10 yards, so now all he's got to do at this point is grab and throw without the laces and get the ball up and over. Now, I'll put a target up there, or I'll stand up there and give hands to where he's got to throw over me. Again, back 2 yards of the end zone, drop it in the net. That's the main thing that you're after here. So you're throwing across the field, what we call field fades, and here's a boundary fade. They throw without the laces. You try to make sure you're finishing on balance. You can see how Cole right here does not finish on balance. Everything he throws, he falls off of. He never finishes on balance, has no touch on the ball. Finish on balance. Okay? Now, going along with our fade drops, we'll work, this is our landmark fade drops or our home run drops. This gives us a chance to tie in our play fakes, our 5-step drops off our play fakes. Great fake. And what we ask on our quarterbacks on our fake, we want to show ball, give them a hand, and wave goodbye to them, and then get our eyes on the front side safety. That's who we're reading on a home run throw. We're reading that front side safety. Okay? But again, everything is predicated off of the fake, taking your drop, gathering in the pocket, getting you a good base, and finish on your follow-through. And again, we'll put the net down the field. Here you can see the ball's on the 20-yard line, getting a great throw, a great drop. Really working our play fakes at this point. Getting arch on the ball, and we'll move this. We may not put it all the way in the back corner of the end zone. We may be wanting to work a home run post, which is a post route it's a skinnier post. And what we'll do is we'll move our drop net to the hash. And any deep ball shot that we take at this point, we ask our quarterbacks 42 yards on the hash is where the ball needs to be thrown. So again, you can mix all these up. You really do a good job right here gauging the fakes. See, he needs to roll over the top of that fake a lot better than what he's doing. He's just showing ball and never really giving the defensive back any illusion that there is the possible handoff, or never holding a linebacker in place. Get over the top of your fakes. Okay. Now here it is again. Again, ball's on the 14-yard line. All he needs to do now is what we call turn 2, which is clear your cleats and get the ball out. Again, this is our fade drops, throwing to the left. You're throwing without the laces, aiming for the back 2 yards of the end zone. Let your quarterback get about 3 throws in there. That's all you're after. Again, it's competition. They're going to keep competition. They're going to really kind of give each other a hard time, who can hit the net, who can't, and really breaks the monotony. This is a drill we try to do every day. Okay. Now throws. All right. Now throws are your spot screens that you're trying to throw. If we catch a day that our receivers and our DBs are working some type of collision drill or blocking drill, then we'll come over and throw with them. But what you want is your quarterback to really work to get off the line of scrimmage, okay, and doing all that without losing the urgency of throwing the actual spot drill. All right, we're going to throw it out of the gun, and we're going to throw to our left. We call it what we call turn 2. All right, we want to try to clear our cleats across the second base if you're a shortstop, and turn 2 on that thing. Here it is, turning toe. It's just throwing to the right, getting the ball out. All you want is turn toe. You can see how we have just a circle going right here working our now throws. Then we'll ask our quarterback to throw unorthodox throws, okay, to where he's got to really catch and throw sidearm or get the ball out as quickly as possible. All right. Here's more of your now throws from underneath center. Got one throwing to the right, one throwing left. Again, work to get off the line of scrimmage. Taj, the right quarterback, number 10, doesn't get off the line of scrimmage as far. He's got to push to get back off the line, gain some depth. It's much better right there. Again, throwing without the laces. How quick can I get my hips around and get the ball out? Depth off the line is your key. Then they'll switch sides, and then we'll bring two more quarterbacks in. Depth. You can see I'm demonstrating for them. I want depth off the line. I want the ball cocked and loaded. When they come out from underneath center, that ball should come out quick. Okay. Under center, 5-step drop. This is our play fakes. This is a drill we do every Thursday. We'll line our managers up. We're really working, again, going back into what you saw a little bit earlier. We're throwing our fade drops. This is if we're not going to throw that day. We really want to make sure that we're getting great play fakes. Okay. Again, extending the ball, showing ball, bringing the ball into your belly, and waving goodbye with your offhand and giving him a slight head fake. Okay. Show ball, bring it to your belly, slight play fake. Yeah, and I really didn't do a very good job on that one. We'll pull up another one here. Okay. Open into our right, show ball. Pull the ball into your belly, low hats, low shoulder pad, low helmet. Doing a good job right here. Bring it into your belly, and now get into your drop. Get your eyes on your safety. Show ball, bring it into your belly, wave goodbye with your offhand, give a slight head fake, get the ball down the field. Okay. Rapid fire. Rapid fire is a drill that we try to do 2 times a week. It's a drill that you really, it's good at when you're throwing your now throws, you're throwing your uncovered ball. It's all about trying to just snap and rapid fire, get the ball out. I'm not really worried about footwork, or I want to see how quick he can get the ball out of his hands. We'll give him, try to give about 4 balls, and then one of them will be a bad snap that he's got to deal with. Catching, throwing without the laces. Bring your feet back together. Try to reposition yourself as much as possible. It's quick. It's coming fast. You can tie in with this drill. You can give them 4 rapid fires, and then give them 3 to where they where they have to really work a gather throw, where they can slow down, and I'll call it game speed. This is rapid fire. You'll do it to the left, and then we'll come back and do it to the right as well. Okay. Rock and drop. Rock and drop is if you run a lot of pistol and you got a back that's trying to clear on you, and you got to try to figure out, without waving him off, he's going to continue on his path, and you're going to throw a spot screen. You got to rock and drop. What we ask is we ask our quarterback to set the hook. So if you're fishing, you're going to set the hook. You're going to drop your right foot, set the hook with your shoulder to cock yourself and get it loaded and get the ball out. The running back will see once you clear his path, and he'll get down on it. But this is a rock and drop. Put your weight on your back foot, and it transfers it over. Screen drops. And you're going to see several different screens here. We're going to drop. This is a screen drop to our right. We're going to do a quick 3 from the gun. Quick 3. Transferring our weight from our back foot to our front foot, and then drift into the direction that we're going to throw the screen. All right? You really want, the whole coaching point on throwing screens is being able to transfer your weight from your back foot to your front and being patient with it. Number 15 there is not patient. Okay, Taj, you'd like for Taj to be a little bit more patient. He's got too wide a base as he's transferring right there. That's better. But once you transfer your weight, what you're trying to do is bring the defensive line to you and then drift in the direction. Here it is going to the left. Again, same thing. We'll try to give a slight roll over the top of the shoulder as we transfer our weight and then drift into the direction of our throw. Now, as you throw as screens, you know, you can see I got a manager out there. She's got her hands up. We got to throw over them. We got to throw around them. We may have to drop sidearm. Whatever we got to do at that point, that's just what we've got to do. That is our drill tape, quarterback drill tape at Clemson University, 2012.